A very good morning. You're watching NewsX and I'm Shivani Singh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to inaugurate the Grand International Exposition of Sacred Piprahwa Relics in Delhi on Saturday, January the 3rd, calling it a special moment for those who care about India's history, culture and the teachings of Bhagwan Buddha. The Prime Minister said that the exposition brings together the Piprahwa relics that were repatriated after more than a century, along with authentic relics and archaeological material preserved at the National Museum in New Delhi and the Indian Museum in Kolkata. He further described the event as part of the government's efforts to popularize the teachings of Bhagwan Buddha and strengthen the connection between young people and India's cultural roots. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also thanked those involved in bringing the relics back to India. In fact, let's take a look at the significance of these relics. It's a very important day today as Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to inaugurate this exposition. And remember that these relics hold a lot of history. So let's look at the key significance of the Piprahwa relics. The key significance, it's believed to contain portions of Lord Buddha's mortal remains enshrined by his Shakya clan. So remember that when Lord Buddha had died, then his remains were distributed among the 8 kingdoms, and one of them was his own clan, which actually got a portion of those relics. And the Piprahwa relics are supposed to contain the mortal remains of Lord Buddha. Now, this site that we are talking about is widely identified with the ancient Kapilavastu, where Prince Siddhartha, or who later on became Lord Buddha, spent his early life before renunciation. So, this site is basically where the original Kapilavastu was supposed to be, where Siddhartha, who later on became Lord Buddha, actually spent his early life. Now, among the earliest and most significant archaeological deposits directly linked to Buddha. So, these relics are among the most significant and earliest that have any significance or relation to Lord Buddha. Hence, they are very important. And charred bone fragments are believed to be Lord Buddha's cremated remains. So, they found a vessel over there which actually contains the charred bone fragments of Lord Buddha as per reports. And now Prime Minister Narendra Modi's inauguration marks their first reunification with related artifacts from Indian Museum. Why this is important is because when this was discovered in 1898 by an archaeologist, what happened was he gave away some of them to the other countries and retained some of them. This is the first time when all of these artifacts that are present in Indian museums are going to come together. Hence the significance of this. The event also reconnects India with its timeless Buddhist roots, promoting Buddha's teaching of peace and compassion. So, obviously, a very significant incident as well, because this is going to symbolize how India has its roots also in Buddhism, how it's spreading out its cultural identity as well. Joining us on the broadcast is my colleague Arzu Seth with more on this. Arzu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to inaugurate the Grand International Exposition of this sacred Piprahwa relics. Take us through the details.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate a grand exposition of the sacred Piprahwa relics, which include bone fragments believed to be of the Buddha, sandstone, copper, also and offerings such as ornaments and the gemstones which were excavated in northern India in the late 19th century. Also, we talked about the title, the light and the lotus replicates of the awakened one. It is being hosted for a couple of months at the Rai Pithora Culture Complex here, and where Prime Minister is going to inaugurate this. And also, however, the auction now the ministry is hosting a landmark exposition showcasing the, Piprahwa's relics, including the gem relics. And the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is scheduled to inaugurate the exposition shortly. And the exposition underscores India's role as the birthplace of Buddhism and reinforces its position as a global spiritual and, in fact, the cultural leader. Yes.
Right. Thank you so much, Arzu, for all those details on that.